So because I'm a project planner, sometimes I feel this really just unnecessary but pressure to put on makeup every day, especially if I really want to finish up a certain item. And so even if I don't feel like wearing makeup, I'll wear makeup anyways, and then I end up taking it off early. It's really dumb how I kind of like pressure myself into doing something that it's like I want to, but I don't want to. So today I just let myself not put on eyeshadow. I'm wearing some makeup, but like, I'm tired. I just had finals week, and I'm tired. So this is my look. Also, no, I didn't get a haircut. It's always been this way. You're imagining things. So this is my finale for my rolling eyeshadow pan project. Like, wow. Looking at where I started to now, definitely a long journey, a lot different. I mean, I didn't finish that many, I guess, single eyeshadows in my collection because most of these were like Frankens, but I'm still really proud of what I did because when I first started, I was kind of like just getting into panning. I mean, I panned on my own the year and a half prior, but I didn't really try to pan eyeshadows really hardcore until this year. And I kind of made it easy, you know, using things that are, one, repressed, or Frankens, therefore they're just small amounts in a pan, like they're not a full pan of eyeshadow. But either way, I still got progress. I had fun while doing it, even though at the end I got a little tired and bored and kind of sick of things. But honestly, I kind of feel that way with this year. Not bored. Nothing has been boring about this year, but sometimes boring would be a nice change, huh, 2020? You want to just, like, chill out? If 2020 was a person, nobody would like them. Sorry, I did not mean to go on that tangent, but anyways, let's just go straight into the progress. If you don't already know, this is a project where I work on 10, except for this past month, eyeshadows, and I try to hit goal. Usually it's to finish them. Let's just hop straight into the progress on the shades within this palette. None of them are the original shades, but different ones are repressed into here and stuff like that. So let me show a picture of what it looked like last month compared to this month. It's so shiny and empty. Like, I'm very proud of this. The only shade that is the same from the beginning of the year is this green shade, which I actually kind of low-key panned. I did not roll it in here, but I just wanted to get some use out of it to get a head start for next year. So that's a thing. In case if you're like, oh wait, did you choose that to pan? No, I didn't. I just decided to do it randomly. So the first shade in this palette that I was working on was the mauve-y pinky shade that was in here. I used this a total of 9 times this past month for 32 times within this project. 9 times includes sometimes I tried to use it as a blush and an eyeshadow. I quickly realized that wasn't as good of an idea as I thought it would be because it was a little bit too gray, mixed with the fact that my concealer was definitely too dark and peachy, and then this really cool tone purpley pink combined, it just looked gray and weird and gross, and I used it like 2 or 3 times as a blush, and I was like, no, this isn't working. But I did finish it as an eyeshadow mostly. I really do like it as an eyeshadow. A lot of my looks this month looked the same, so I didn't take a picture a lot of the time. But I'm very happy that this is done because I was simultaneously working on this deep purple that was in the Wet n Wild Petalette quad. Because some of it was Franken in here, I needed to finish both of those in order to call that quad done, and I really wanted to have that done this year. And I'm very proud to say that both are done. That is the first eyeshadow palette that I've ever finished every single shade from, and I know it's only a quad, but that's like, it's like a big thing for me, so I'm very happy about it, very excited. I used the dark purple 5 times this past month for a total of 27 times within this project. Keep in mind that purple had a lot of use on it beforehand. It took a long time to use that deep purple. At the end there, it really was losing pigment. It was getting very powdery and it was a lot more difficult to work with. One of the looks I tried to build up the color and it just looked really bad, so when I looked down it was so badly blended because it kind of got weird and stuck on some of like the glitter glue that I put for the shimmer. It was bad. It was really bad. I will admit that. I finished it up, but it was definitely decreasing in quality because it was quite old at this point. Now, the last shade that I was working on in this palette was this kind of pinky brown, and I did actually expand the pan quite a bit compared to when I first rolled it in. I'm pretty sure I made more progress in this month than I have in like the past several months it was in combined, because I actually started focusing on it instead of using it once a month. Wow. In reality, I only used it 5 times this past month for a total of 11 times within the project, so I really didn't touch it that much in this project, but I still got a head start for next year, so I'm very happy about that. It is fine. It's shimmery, but I use it in the crease because it's not that shimmery. The next 2 shades I was working on were in this number 7 trio, so I will show the progress from these past 2 months. So as you can see, everything is done! Yay! So both shades I ended up using 3 times, and they both finished, so there really wasn't much left in either. But I used this middle shade, which was the actual original shade from this old number 7 trio. Oldest eyeshadow in my collection, by the way. I used it 35 times ever since I started counting tallies in this project. The first month or so, I wasn't tallying my uses, so I've used it a bit more than 35 times within this year, and it was already very used beforehand, so I feel like I've used it at least 100 times. At least it felt like it took forever to hit pan on it, but once I hit pan, it started going faster. Anyways, I used this blue shade, which was a Franken, 20 times within this project, so yeah, I am very happy to say that this trio is out, even though I didn't finish all 3 shades technically because one of them fell out and broke years ago. I used the other 2 and so I wanted to count it, but I will really miss this beautiful taupey shade, but it was getting old and I can't even like repurchase it, and I just wanted to, you know, enjoy a product I loved before it lost all semblance of what it used to be. Now, the last 3 shades that I was working on were all depotted into a little magnetic palette. I will show the progress of the past 2 months on the 3 shades that I was working on. So let's just get this out of the way. I finished the one that I rolled in last time. I did not expect to finish this, but it was quite thin. I hit pan within like 3 uses, and I was using it as a very subtle bronzer, believe it or not. Did it do that much? No. It added a little bit of glow, a little bit of bronziness. It was fine. I'm just glad to see it done. It was a depotted Revlon shade from a quad that I decluttered like half the shades from anyway. Actually, no, I decluttered every other shade except this, and this one wasn't even that great. I only used it 15 times, but considering I did use it on my cheeks and just like all over my face, unsurprising that it went a lot faster. So it was very powdery, not the most pigmented, so makes sense. These last 2 shades are depotted and repressed from the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette, which is a dupe for the ABH Modern Renaissance. This first one is this deep, bricky, mauve red. I used it 3 times for a total of 12 times within this project. So not a ton, but I definitely made a lot of progress considering I did not have pan at the beginning when I rolled this in. So I'm very happy that I kind of have a head start for next year. Now this one was the deep brown in the palette, and I only used it 7 times this past month. I don't think there's a ton of progress on either of these 2 shades, to be honest, but I used it a total of 27 times within the project, and it did not have pan at the beginning, so I am very proud of the progress I made. Again, a head start for next year is always a good thing, so yeah, I'm very happy with everything that I did. I used up all of the shades in my project with the exception of 3, and all those I plan on finishing in the next year. So I find that this project was really successful for me. I made it work. I didn't exactly make it super difficult with what I rolled in, but I think that motivated me more, making things a bit easy, keeping momentum. I find it's a bit more fun. Of course, some long haul products are definitely going to be used up in the future, but I like to mix things up. I don't want to make things unenjoyable for me. If I counted correctly, I worked on a total of 26 separate shades. Some of them are really small and easy, but either way, I finished 23 of them, which is a lot. To be fair, those aren't like full eyeshadows out of my inventory, but still, that is 23 different colors that I worked on this year and completely used up. And I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very excited for the next year. I plan on challenging myself a bit more this next year, and hopefully it'll be successful. Hopefully next year will be a better year in general. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyways, that is it for the day. I will include a bit of a slideshow of the progress on all of the different palettes that I worked on this year, so hopefully that'll be enjoyable if you like to see things get used up long term. And other than that, I hope that you enjoyed watching this project series, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye! And soon you're all one puddle. You talk, she talks. It's not about the conversation. The words are like your lips are reaching out to kiss the You're here, she's here. 2 drops of water, the pull, invisible but really real. Your eyes, her eyes, and soon you're looking in a mirror. You realize you can't get nearer. You are both right there. You glow, she glows, 2 suns.